Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Graham. I write books under the name of the Parky Poet usually. I've written three poetry books published on Amazon. My first one was called What If, the second one Inside My Mind, and the second one is Joie de Vivre, the joy of living. But the one I'd like to talk to you about just now is the book that I wrote in 2023, and it's called Finally Awake. Hopefully you can see that. I'll read what I've written on the back of the blurb for you. This is my story of growing up as one of Jehovah's Witnesses in the 1960s and 70s. I think it's a story worth telling, especially the 1970s pre-Armageddon years. The whole organisation and the beliefs influenced me deeply, affecting me both growing up and later when I had my own children. Even now, the range of emotions I feel when I'm writing the story, they come flooding back to me, which took me slightly by surprise. You do not have to have been involved with the Jehovah's Witnesses to read or relate to my story. You will see them on street corners with their magazines, watchtower awakes all over the world. I've been living with Parkinson's disease since 2015 and Parkinson's dementia diagnosis in 2021 and more recently prostate cancer. But I still enjoy my life to the full and I still try and look positive and but I did have a YouTube channel quite a few years ago, and I don't really know what happened to it. I was ill at the time, and yeah, it got corrupted somehow. So I started a new one. I'm active on Facebook. I'm active on TikTok and Instagram. But this YouTube channel, I wanted to dedicate it to, anybody is welcome to join me, but people who know about the Jehovah's Witnesses, been involved with the Jehovah's Witnesses, and yeah, it's a massive community out there of people who have been disfellowshipped, people who are still JWs and are scared to do anything about it. A couple of the poems I wrote when I was really quite angry. The first one was called Sue Me, and that's in my book Inside My Mind. Jehovah's Witnesses and other cult religions, they ruin people's lives. Beware of smiling faces proclaiming the truth, insisting only they have the knowledge, they have the proof. What they won't tell you is the doctrine they preach is based on lies. They all live while everyone else dies. Please take my advice and stay well clear. They run their religion based on fear. The easiest thing to do is really stay well clear. Imagine you were told the world was going to end in a particular year. Would that fill you with fear? What would you do? Imagine again that you'd given up on your education, your career, getting married, having children, even giving your money away. What would you say? When that year came and went without incident, how did you feel regarding the organisation that had convinced you you had given up everything for them? They didn't apologise back then. Instead, they're still perpetuating the myth and the lie over 47 years later, and people are still buying into the lies and the deceit. Why? Seriously, just why? If sometimes I don't speak as clearly or as well, it's probably because my Parkinson's, or yeah, it doesn't really matter. But anybody's welcome to. The books are all on Amazon, by the way, if you want to have a look, especially the JW one. What inspired me to write that book was I'll look it out for the next video I do. There was a girl who had written a book very similar to mine, but in a different era. Hers was in the 1990s, which was, while it was very, very, very interesting, and it really resonated with me. Mine was on the run up to 1975, and as all JWs know, or ex-JWs know, that was when Armageddon was supposed to come and the end of the world. And I remember, like that whole lead up for 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, and the build up. I remember seriously people not getting married, not going into higher education, not worrying about their education. All they wanted you to do was knock on the doors and spread the word of impending doom and gloom. But that's not how they viewed it. So over the years, millions of people, millions of lives have been wrecked by Jehovah's Witnesses. And my purpose in this channel is to explore it, to explore their watchtower and their wake. How many times they've changed doctrine, how many times they have changed what their narrative is to suit them at any particular time. Expose the child abuse, expose the wealth that JW.org have when they're based in Brooklyn. Yeah, there's no rush. I'm just going to take my time with it. Please engage if you want to. I still find it therapeutic. And if you're sitting there thinking, I'm an existing JW and I have nowhere to turn, it's confidential. You do have somewhere to turn. You actually do. You don't have to suffer in silence on your own. And if you're an ex-JW or ex-cult member of any kind, because there are cults, or an existing cult member, yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, so that's enough for one video. I'll look for my other videos on my, I don't know if I've saved them all somewhere, I have no idea. I'll have to have a wee look, I don't know. But for now, God bless. When I say God bless, the God that created us and the God of the universe, not the God that just is going to save the JWs and everyone else is going to perish in hell. Every other, it's funny, a couple of other JWs I know now don't believe in God at all. They went completely the opposite way. I still do believe in God, just not the God that they invented in the New World Translation. So anyway, what Dave Allen, the Irish comedian, used to always say at the end of his shows was, "May your God go with you." Take care. Hopefully speak soon. Bye bye.